Hey, what's up YouTube, Scabadger here, and we are back on day 40 of our 100 player fan game series. So it's been a rough day, but we're making progress at the moment, and we're actually doing okay, I guess. So if we have a look on the Index of Nations, we can see that we're in 8th place, and if we have a look at the World's Mightiest Armies, you can see we are also in 8th place. We'd be slightly higher, but we've expended a lot of rockets over the past few days. So if we saw those rockets, I think we'd probably be able to jump back up into the top 3, I guess. You'll notice I'm at war with our ally, and this is really annoying. So, not on purpose, not intentional, but you can see our units are making a mess of my countryside right now. Nothing we can do about that. We just need to wait for him to get back online before we can return to peace. Fired a rocket. In fact, you can actually see... No, you can't see. Oh, no, you can. You can see right there. Really hard to see. Where the rockets hit, you can see that brown, black little part right there. So, yeah, so the rockets were hidden landing there, meaning to hit this convoy. And for some reason, they declared war. And that was really annoying. So that was 2 wasted rockets and a lot of damage to my economy. However, I'm not going to ask for any other territory back, considering he's about to lose a lot of his own territory, so that will help buffer him a little bit. So, that's a bit of a mistake there. So, since we last left off, we can see that this stack here of Venezuelan troops is down from 162 units to 35. We've been employing some good strategy to take it out. However, we can see where it is raided through our allies' core. So it's going to be good once we get that done. Now, annoyingly, as soon as we do get it done, we're then going to have to deal with this stack of 135 troops. I mean, I hope for East Amazonas' sake, he employs a different strategy to Venezuela. Because as we can see, Venezuela has moved all the way through here, and it has cost him 130 units basically. And I mean, that really shows when we come into here and we can see against Venezuela, I've lost 6,000, he's lost 100,000 troops. And it also shows when we look at his stats, 2 days ago, Venezuela had 500 troops. This is all he has left, 132. So he's nearly not a problem. And sadly for him, he's not going to be happy with that. His KD has dropped significantly. However, ours has also risen, so not a bad deal. Ours has risen by about 0.05, so it's good. So the plan is at the moment is we're waiting for this to get within 22 minutes range of this province right here. Sadly for DF, I'm going to be rocketing the shit out of this province, so he's not going to get it back in very good condition. But the plan is at the moment, because I'm so far out of range, my rockets are never ever going to hit that moving target if I target it. Now, this morning I was able to range it out from here. It's 22 minutes from a rocket to reach from here to here, and I was able to destroy 15 Venezuelan troops that way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to wait for this to get within 23 minutes range of here, and then we're going to fire the rockets, and then by the time the Venezuelan troops reach the center point right here, my rockets will be landing, and bang. We should be able to get this down to about, I reckon, 25 troops. Sweet, so we're back a little bit later on from when I shot the day 40 video. Now, what's happening at the moment is, as we can see here, the Venezuelan troops are entering back into range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly split one rocket off, fire at the province, not the enemy units, and ensure I've got the timing right. So that is 24 minutes away. My rocket is going to take 25 minutes. Okay, so I need to fire everything right now. That should mean that he'll be just past it when I hit. Okay, there we go. Good thing we didn't wait much more longer. Minutes difference, even up to 3 minutes difference is okay, but you don't want any more than that. Considering that difference there, this one should get there just before he reaches it. So let's fire that one as well. Hopefully that's not too big of a difference. 23 minutes, that one there is going to be a perfect hit. Assuming, that's my alarm going off, reminding me to fire these rockets. That's going to be a perfect hit, assuming he doesn't see this coming. So what we do now is we send the interceptor away, just so he doesn't, if he is online, he doesn't have any idea what's going on, doesn't think to look over here. We want him looking elsewhere. We want him to think he's safe. So let's just move that away for the time being. And now we wait, I guess, and just hope he doesn't move. Assuming these hit, that's 6 rockets. 6 times 40, essentially, is our 240. I think that's good maths. So assuming they hit, I would expect to get this down to about 20 units. From there, not much left to deal with. So I'll be back soon when they start getting in range. The thing is, though, I mean, this stack is starting to become very weak. It's majority AA, and it does still have these tanks here, and that's a problem, but for the most part, we'll be able to get our army in there pretty soon to deal with it. Now, I would have liked to have got my own army in there to deal with it. However, because we are at war, I've had to stop moving everything, because I can't afford to take this food province, this rear province, away from DF. And at the same time, my Air Force has been grounded for the past 6 hours. So it's been really rough. I could have got my Air Force down here and dealt a lot more damage to these convoys here. But I mean, these sort of things happen. We got unlucky with this. I don't know why the rocket declared war, because I mean, we can literally see those black spots where it hit out in the ocean. But it did. So it is what it is. Might have gone lucky today, but hopefully our luck will improve tomorrow. Oh, come on. I'm going to be annoyed if this artillery piece walks through this runway. If it gets to here, I'm going to kill it before it gets there. I'm actually going to kill it. Man, I'm going to lose another metal province. I had to cancel some artillery that's being there. He's probably even going to catch this, which is going to be even more annoying. Hopefully this rocket can get out of there pretty quickly and get into that base down there. Anyway, what else is happening around the world? Down here we can see where Venezuela landed. He landed with over 200 troops and he's down to about 60. It's cost ally his core, most of it. We can see where it's been raided. However, he's stopped going back in to recover territory. What we're going to do is going to keep dwindling down the Venezuelan troops and then go in there afterwards and reclaim it. His fleet's also taken a massive beating, and this is all that's left of it. However, that's not surprising when considered Venezuela has 2 full fleets in the region. Oh, did he... No, he didn't. Okay, I was getting worried for a second. There, I saw all those attack markers and thought he'd somehow slipped through. Yeah, he took a lot of damage taking on the New Zealand fleet and the Venezuelan fleet and is down to that. However, it's not a problem because we've been able to secure the Red Sea just long enough for him to get his troops back across. So with this stack back in the region, this is no longer much of a problem. We can walk back in there and take it back pretty quickly. So that's what's happening in Africa. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm still having problems with the new graphics, so that's why I'm on the old ones. It is a little annoying. I miss being able to just scroll in and out quickly. Sadly, our ally was not able to save his capital before he got raided, so the majority of his territory that he controlled up here, which was literally all of this territory around here, has basically rebelled. So a lot of it has gone back to its former controllers. Yugoslavia and Romania has got a lot of Romanian territory back. Thankfully, they're inactive. We can also see up here where North USA is going to attack us. Now, annoyingly, once again, we could deal with this very easily and very quickly if our Air Force wasn't grounded. In fact, I'm wondering if I should have just... How long would it have taken it to get to that runway? 12 hours. Okay, so if DF is not back within the next 6 hours, it's been a total waste of waiting. So anyway, back to this point up here. Air Force deal with all this. We've got this one group here that's going to be a bit of a struggle to deal with. We wasted our only available rocket in the region on taking it out. However, we are slowing it down. By the time it gets through and actually is able to take out... My tank's attacking. They better not be attacking. By the time it gets through, it's going to run into another group down here, and we'll have our Air Force in the region that will be able to destroy this stack pretty quickly. As we can see, the AA is pretty much gone. We'll get our Air Force up here, take care of that, hit this convoy as it's crossing the channel without an escort, and take this group out before it makes it all the way down here. Once again, without an escort. In fact, what does that stack have on it? Oh, how much artillery is that? Okay, let's split off and send 5 anti-air guns and an anti-tank gun down to there just in case I have to stall. Did that stack have any AA? No, so once again, easy target for our Air Force. We just need to make sure it doesn't break through there if we can get our Air Force off the ground. So at the moment, we're just going through cleaning up a few provinces. Now, a lot of players have gone inactive over the past couple of days. So if we come into here and have a look at all the players that are inactive and we are at war with, we are trying to... Wrong way. We are trying to return to peace with as many of them as possible. Finland, I'm trying to capture some territory from him, but then I'll do that as well. Yugoslavia, would like to get to peace with him. Iraq, we're not fighting him at the moment. He's inactive. And Turkestan and Madagascar, I'd like to get to peace with both of them as well. We were at war with Romania as well. However, the Romanian AI very wisely accepted our peace offer and accepted it. Elsewhere in the world, we can see that Rog is doing a full retreat in Asia. Now, there is a good reason for this. Rog is too spread out, and he's trying to defend a massive area. What he's going to do is he's going to consolidate. He's also going to send troops back, as we can see up here. He's going to send troops back into Africa to help us defend, help us deal with these stacks up here. This stack over here in particular is going to need a lot of help to get rid of. So that's what he's doing at the moment. He's sending a lot of troops back. At the same time, we're not too concerned about losing this territory. As we can see, the morale's already pretty low. They're going to have a hard time holding on to it. As we can see, British Columbia can't settle his provinces as is, so he's not going to have any luck trying to control this territory up here. Sumatra and New Zealand might be a little better off, but for the most part, not a chance. So if we also have a look too, we can see that the majority of the infrastructure and buildings in this area are pretty much done. By the time they come through and capture them, there's not going to be anything left here. And that is a little bit sad for us, having to give up all this valuable resources and technology. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to be much use to them. If anything, it's going to spread their supply lines and give us a time and chance to push back. So in terms of time frames and how long we think this is going to take to settle, we believe we can deal with Venezuela down here within the day. Pretty simple as that. It'll only take another day to destroy the remaining troops. And up here, I mean, I'm pretty confident I can destroy this. Oh, 1 minute, that was close. That was close. There we go. All better. I'm pretty sure I can destroy the stack within a day as well, especially if he keeps marching like this, because I mean, I've got this massive stack of 4 rockets that is just waiting to open fire, and I might even use this one as well. That one's a little bit closer, so I might have to fire it off when he's closer, so we'll get there sooner. So I'll have to wait until he's maybe like 20 minutes away, and then I'll fire that. So 5 rockets, gonna hit that stack soon, and I'm really hoping to get it back into the 20s. Once it's back in the 20s, hell of a lot more manageable, and he can't just run around as he wants. So we also were able to deal with I could have swore I had another okay, it landed, got out of range. We've also been able to deal with a number of Venezuelan submarines. So Venezuela no longer has any naval assets in the region. In fact, if we come over, we can see all that Venezuela has in its core, nothing. However, he is going to be producing a lot. We can also see where our economic saboteurs have done some major damage. Well, Roger's economic saboteurs, they have been destroying a lot of oil and bringing down the morale in these provinces. So this province here should be producing, I mean, if we use ours as a comparison, 5,000 oil a day. Now, just off the damage our economic saboteurs have done, this one's down to 1,480. So it's looking pretty good. We can also see that the majority of his troops are up here in this region. I'm not sure why he's grouping them up here. This might be a bit of a trick or diversion, possibly. I don't know. Seems odd. What else is there to really talk about? East Amazonas, a little smarter, has a strong air force back in his core. However, he's going to have a hard time getting that across. He might be able to get these air assets across, but that's not going to make much difference. His air force is heavily outmatched and heavily outclassed, especially if he's only bringing those troops. So we'll be able to deal with that pretty quickly. Like pretty much from my carriers alone, could take that on, no problem. What else? There's not really too much else to say because nothing else has been happening. New Zealand is involved. He's a bit of a problem. played against Void before. Void knows what he's doing, so we're going to have to be very careful there. However, I still feel like we can beat him. We've beaten him before, can do it again. The one person I'm not sure about is Sumatra. Now, the reason for that is we've never played against this guy. Don't know how he will do. However, Persia, before the alliance completely fell apart, gave him a good run for his money. And